Yeah, just obviously health first and foremost. The ability to be able to do that and take advantage of some third down scrambles or just early downs. When the passes aren't there, be able to take off in the rush lanes and go from there. But yeah, something I just tried to start utilizing more and more last year and continuing that this year.
Were you happier with overall offensively your teammates with the mindset? I know you had said that the previous week. I know you wanted to win, but
Yeah.
did you notice a difference, man?
Yeah, no, I think there was a difference mentally. And anytime you run the ball like that, guys are locked in, they're doing their job, and that takes everybody, not just the O-line. Obviously, they played extremely well to run the ball over 200 yards. But, yeah, I think the message was well received. We just obviously didn't make enough plays when we needed to.
Good news is, Baker, you're not facing Aaron Donald on Sunday. The bad news,
That's nice.
they still got a heck of a defense.
Yeah.
What are they showing on tape?
These young guys are playing really well. Obviously, they've invested a lot of capital into the front seven in the last few drafts. These guys are just playing really well. I mean, Verse and Young on the edges. I mean, obviously, the interior guys are also playing really well between Fisk and Turner. So they're winning a lot of one-on-ones, making plays, and the back-end guys are playing aggressive because of it. They do a good job just mixing up personnels. Got a lot of DBs that they can throw in there, versatile, that seem to be on the same page. I mean, Shula's been there a long time, so anybody that started their career there has had him the whole time. And, yeah, sound defense, making a lot of plays, familiar system, family that we've played before this year, but they do a lot of good stuff on their own.
Does the secondary, Baker, capitalize on the belief that that quarterback's not going to have much time to throw?
Absolutely, yeah. You could see, especially last week, looking at the Seattle tape, of understanding the pass rush was getting home. The safeties are kind of keyed into the lower routes, getting some interceptions and guys jumping routes. So, yeah, like always, game starts up front. It's got to be won in the trenches, and then, but for them, that allows the secondary to play aggressive.
Your offensive line played pretty well, really well last week, especially when you got outside and ran the ball. I don't think Tristan loves anything more than to get downhill. And what's that like to sit back and see just your guy be that athletic?
It's awesome to see. You show that potential when he's out on the open field, able to make a block like that. But just it shows his pure athleticism, how big he is, how well he's able to move, and then obviously the power that comes with it. So yeah, looking to obviously get more plays like that makes our lives easier. Hadn't had one like that in a long time, so it was good to see. And obviously Tuck played really well.
Baker, the 2-point plays and some 3rd twos and 4th and 2s the past few weeks have really been an issue for you guys. What's going on there? It doesn't seem like you're going to the run in those situations where you could, and also maybe the lack of having bigger receivers in tight window areas. What's going on there?
I'd say the 2-point play, the first one at least, I need to get to a different play. That one falls on me. So that's not scheme or the players or anything besides me. Need to get to a better play. Yeah, and it's just comes down to, in that down and distance, who wants it more. And when it comes to the run game, yeah, if it's dialed up, we need to execute it.
What do you remember about the 3rd and 2 pass to Shepard before the punt, Baker?
Yeah, they did a good job, obviously, covering that up. It's a zone coverage, but the guy that's following Shep, it gives him a man indicator to keep running on his route. So they did a really good job covering it up. For me, looking back on it, can I extend it a little bit more, maybe scramble for it? But yeah, they obviously covered it up well, and from there, just move on.
Baker, a couple of years ago, obviously, being your chapter with the Rams, you talked about in the past, maybe revisit that, but you got to be close to a lot of those guys, Sean, and obviously Liam came here. So, what's your memory of that? Just what it's done for you, and what it's like to go back there now and kind of play them again.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way for me to sugarcoat it. It was pivotal in my career, in my journey. I've told you guys it helped me find the football, or the fun in football again, that joy, and just getting to learn from those guys. Obviously, it looks a lot different now that Raheem Morris is gone, Zach Robinson, Liam, but Sean's been there the whole time. So it's, yeah, they helped me out and, helped me discover what offense I really want to play in, and the responsibility that comes with in that, a lot of accountability at the line of scrimmage and to check and get to the right plays. But yeah, it was instrumental in my career, something I'm forever grateful for, and it'll be fun to go back and see some familiar faces.
A lot of weird things happen in that game. Greg's written a lot about it, but one of the ones that is not knowing how to spike the ball or what to call. I mean, it is a critical thing in a 90-something yard drive with no timeouts.
Yeah, little things. Thinking about that game of Brian Allen turning around and telling me what the cadence is on a clock situation. just funny stuff like that you look back and cherish, the moments that you didn't expect to come up, and having a 2-minute offense. But yeah, some fun memories.
From one quarterback to another, what do you appreciate about Matthew Stafford's game?
He can do everything. He's always been able to make every throw. I think obviously as long as he was in Detroit, didn't get a whole lot of credit for how really good he was, and you're seeing that now. To me, he's always been a top 3 or 5 quarterback in the league, and one of the best, if not the best, pure passer ever in the history of the NFL. The way it comes off of his hand, the way he can change his arm angles. Obviously, the no-look passes really started with him. So he can do it all. Makes it really tough on your defense. You got to be sound with your eyes, but he also knows how to move you and move around the pocket too.
During your time in LA, Stafford obviously wasn't playing, but what did you see maybe from what he did behind the scenes that you kind of maybe added to your game?
I think I gained an even more level of respect for him about the communication, about how he wanted certain routes, certain schemes to be done. When you're at that level, that year, I guess, in your career, you kind of run the ship. And so just had a lot of respect for him before, but seeing it in person on how detailed he really was and exactly what he was going to try and check to, that was big, seeing it in person.
Every loss is depressing, Baker, but after the game, did you kind of feel that the team played with more energy than they did against New England? Any difference between the passion that the guys had?
Yeah, there was. I think without a doubt, the fight, the passion, the energy was there. I think mentally everybody was locked in. Whether lost focus during the game or just didn't make the plays, that's the difference there. But that's the mentality we have to come out with: starting fast, being physical, especially on offense. But I think everybody was bought in on that one.
When Sean is having a day like that, what does that do for your offense?
He has that extra gear, so any sort of those plays that can extend into being explosive runs or passes, it's big for us. And so obviously, continuing to lean on him, continuing to trust him and grow whatever package we have for him and go from there. But he has that big play potential that we need to try and take advantage of.
You've been a girl dad, now you're about to have a little bigger. What was there a reveal party? What was that moment like when you found out you were going to have a son?
No, we did just a little private reveal, just the fam. But, yeah, obviously fun. Everybody's like, are you going to let him play football? Do whatever you want. My parents didn't want me to play football. At a certain point, when your kid wants to do something, you just encourage them to do whatever they want to do. And obviously try and handle that the best way. But I'm going to have a little on my hands. That's karma.